is Taysom Hill a top 5 tight end going forward?
That's going to be kind of tough. I mean, I know that the Saints have no receivers to speak of, freaking MVS, even though MVS 2 weeks in a row now, maybe this is the career resurgence for MVS. But besides that, Mason Tipton, Cedric Wilson, it's all Kamara. So, I mean, he's going to have to be a major part of their offense. But historically, this is what Taysom Hill does. I mean, didn't he have a 40-point game in the past, like 2-3 years ago too? And then he'll give you like a 6-point game and a 5-point game. Then he'll go off for 20. So he's kind of hard to predict. He may be a little bit. He may be.
In 2022 with 34 in 2022 and 2021 he had a 31 and a 28.
Right. So he kind of does this.
Yeah.
And to say top 5, I mean, you got some tight ends. You got McBride, you got Kelsey, you got Andrews. Laporta, seemed like he was getting, you got Njoku in the mix, Kittle, so Bowers as well. So, I don't know about top 5, but he might just be right outside that.
Yeah, right now he's a tight end 4 since week 7. That just happened, we were just talking about Disley. But, he had that 42-point game. That's obviously going to pad his numbers. I was doing a RotoWire show with Coventry, the reaction show, and we talked about Taysom Hill, and I said, I hate this guy because I always get him wrong. And Jim said the easiest way, he said, I just plug and play him in my lineup. I'll take the 6-point week because I know the next week he'll give me 16. Mm-hmm. The next week, 7. It's just so hard to predict that, you don't want to have him on your bench when he is going off. And they are so,
but this year,
or with weapons.
This year it might be different, right? Because Olave's out. There's no Shaheed. The receivers are terrible, so he has to be a big part of their offense. I mean, he even threw another pass yesterday too for 18 yards. So that may continue a little bit too. So, I mean, his usage may be over the top, regardless the rest of the way because they have so many damn injuries now. Olave may or may not come back. We don't know. But even not. So this may just be a consistent year for Hill more than ever just because they basically have nobody and have to rely on him. But, yeah, I mean, Jim's right. I mean, it's just like, buying Bitcoin. You just buy it every week and, forget about the ups and downs. Just let it keep accumulating in your account.
But, yeah, when it comes to, is he going to be a top 5 tight end down the stretch? I think there's a world where it happens. Do I think he's going to put up these 40-point games? No, right? It's an anomaly. That doesn't happen a lot. But does he have more of these, more reasonable? He had 14 in week 4, 16 in week 9. The schedule's good, especially week 16 and 17, the fantasy championship and the runner-up week to it. Green Bay, they're 21st against tight ends in the fantasy championship. Las Vegas, their dead last, easiest matchup. Yeah, I do think there's a world where he's at least a top 10 tight end, and you probably just have to keep him in your starting lineup.
Yeah. No, I mean, the leagues I have him in, unless I have like a McBride or, Kelsey, Andrews, or Kittle, he's going in there pretty much. Or Bowers, rather.
And oddly enough, Alvin Kamara, he's been erased. He hasn't had since week 7, and that's when Taysom, in week 8 is when Taysom really he came back off the injury. So that's a 4-game stretch where Alvin Kamara since week 8 has 0 rushes inside the 5-yard line. That's Kamara. So that's where, it seems like, I'm sorry, he has 2. So that's, maybe that's going to be Taysom Hill territory. I don't know.
Yeah, it's possible. And, their offense as a whole is down too. So not as many red zone looks. Plus they hit a lot of these deep, big plays too. So
MVS, baby.
Yeah, MVS. And even Taysom had a couple big plays too himself. And that's what Carr likes to do. I mean, Carr and him kind of fit well because Carr likes to take those deep shots.